So first of all, good evening everyone. My name is Ritesh and I am pursuing the BCA from the Dynamic Computers and the IT training by the most and most talented person who is the director of the IMAX institutions of the Ara city. Okay everyone. So I have to say to everything about the professional things and before this video, okay, I have to discuss that what is the meaning of the interruptions. Okay, so in this video we are going to the defining, we are going to the partitioning the types of the interruptions, means how many type of the, we can say that how many types of the interruptions we are going to the elaborating in this video in the very and very details. Okay, so what is the meaning of the interruptions we had to the define in the previous video. So I'm just again I am just repeat in the short way that interruption is nothing. Interruption is a higher priority signals which have to the executed first. Okay, that will be called the interruptions. Okay, and which one will be executed? So CPU, and which one is going to the give that interruption. So that time interrupt handler will be there, so that is the operating system will be there. Okay, yes. So I have to discussed everything about interruptions in the previous video. If you don't know about that video, then you can go visit there and then you can come here. Okay, so in this video I am just going to say you something about the interruptions, that what is the meaning of the types of the interruption. No, sorry for that, I am just going to say you something about the types of the interruptions. Okay, so we can differentiate, we can partition the two types mainly, that is the hardware levels of the interruptions and the second one is the software levels of the interruptions. Okay, first one is the hardware levels and second one is the software levels. Okay, so what is the software interruptions and what is the hardware interruptions, we are going to the discussing, we are going to the elaborating everything in this moment. Okay, so first of all we are going to the defining that what is the meaning of the software interruptions, and then we are going to the discussing that what is the meaning of the hardware interruptions. Okay, so software interruptions contains the two words, that is a software, and then second one is going to the contains the interruptions. Okay, so which interruptions is occurring from the our softwares, which softwares will be, which types of the interruptions will be called the software interruptions, we can say in the single words. Okay, yes. So which interruption is occurring from the our software, that types of the interruptions will be called the software interruptions. Okay, so I hope that you have to understand that what is the meaning of the interruptions, that is the software interruptions. Okay, so I am just elaborating in with the details, means with the example, and it is just shown about the system, about the software interruptions. Okay, so I have to say to you that which is occurring from the software levels, that one we call the softwares. So I am just say you that suppose, so I am just say you something, that please listen, that whatever I am just going to say you, please visualize in your brain and then you can understand everything in a very very easy way. Okay, yes. So visualize that in your prime in your this. Okay, visualizations memory, so you should have to visualize and then you will understand. So I want to say you that visualize that suppose we are going to the working on any platform. Okay, suppose we are a coder. Okay, and we are just going to the code something, we are just writing something in the code blocks or any types of the code editor will be there. Okay, and at that time there will be syntax will be there, means in this syntax foundation we can write anything. Okay, but if you will go to outside of the foundation of the syntaxes, and that time we will get the errors, that types of the errors will be called the software interruptions, software errors. Okay, so I hope that you have to understand that what is the meaning of the software interruptions, which comes through the which interruptions is going to the comes through the our softwares, which types of the interruptions will be called the software interruptions. So I hope that you have to the clarity about that what is the meaning of the software interruption. If you have not got it all these things, then I am just going to repeat again another example that suppose, as you know that what is the YouTube channels and etc. so on about that. Suppose we have the description box is there. Okay, so in that description box we can limitation is there. Okay, if you are going to the foundation of the limitation, we are going to the writing. Suppose we have the limitation 1000 characters, that we can include that. But if you are going to then include characters more than 1000, at a time what will be happen, we will get one exceptions, that please, that your character is enough. Okay, so for that time, that one will be called one interruptions. Okay, so which interruption is going occur from our softwares, which types of the interruptions will be called the software interruptions. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about. And if you have to the not clarity, that I am also again just going to say you that suppose I am just say something, that if you are going to the open any PDF. Okay, so at a time your PDF is not going to the support your your PDF is not going to the open, because of you have no any software to the open for that PDF. So at a time, that one will be called the software types of the interruption, because you have done no softwares for the open that file, these types of the files. So that is the meaning of the software interruptions. Okay, yes, so I hope that you have the clarity about all these things about the software interruptions. Okay, so I think that will be the clarity, and I am just to say you something about that. How many types of the software interruptions means also contains the types of the software interruptions. Okay? Means I want to say you that software interruptions also contains the types. There is a mainly two types of the software interruptions. Okay, which comes through the our software levels. First one is what? First one is a muscular, and second one is a non-muscular. Okay, so muscular is nothing but you can say that which types of the interruptions we can ignore, we can totally ignore. These types of the interruptions will be called the which types of the interruptions will be called the muscular, and non-muscular will be called when we are not when these types of the interruptions we can't ignore. These types of the interruptions will be called the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about that what is the meaning of the software interruptions and what is the meaning of the muscular interruptions in the software. Okay, and what is the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, so I have to say to you about the all these things here, but I am just going to the show you with example that what is the muscular and what is the meaning of the non-muscular. Okay, so visualize in your brain. Okay, because this is a very and very important thing here. So visualize in your brain that suppose we are going to the writing some codes in your code blocks or any code editor. Okay, so at a time we are going to the, if we are going to the something wrong logic or anything else their parts, so at a time we will get also one exceptions. Means I want to say that two types of the we will get error, that is a one will be warning and second one will be the errors. Okay, so I want to say you that we can ignore the warnings, but we can't ignore the errors. So we can't ignore means what? We can't, when until we are not going to the solve that problem, till that we can't execute that program. That is the meaning of the non-muscular softwares. Okay, means I have to just say to you that what is the non-muscular and what is the muscular means we can ignore, means if we have to the get one exceptions and we can ignore that, and also that program will be execute. Okay, so these types of the interruptions will be called the muscular, and which types of the interruption we can't ignore, these types of the interruptions will be called the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, so warning will be called the non, or warnings will be called the muscular interruptions, and non-musculars will be called the which we are going to the get the errors in our program for the execution of at the execution of the program. So these types of the things will be called the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity about that what is the meaning of the all these things, that is a software interruptions and muscular and the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, yes, so in this video we have to discuss that what is the types of the interruptions. So I have to say to you that two types, that is the first one is the software interruption and second one is the hardware interruptions. But in this video only and only we have to discuss that what is the software interruptions and how many types of the software interruptions, and which one is the first one is the muscular and the second one is the non-muscular interruptions. Okay, so we have to say to you everything about that in this session about the software types of the interruptions. So in the next video of this level we will discuss that what is the hardware interruptions, and after that we will go ahead of our pointed. Okay, yes, and then we will, after the hardware interruptions, we will discuss about that what is the interrupt handler and etc, so on about that. Okay, so I hope that you have got it everything in this session. If you have not get it, if you have not got it all these things here, you can ask me with the help of the description box. Okay, no, sorry for that, you can ask me with the help of the comment box. You should have to the comment your questions and then I will solve your problems. Okay, so I hope that you have the clarity everything here. Let's bye, meet you again and again, in the next view, in the next version. Okay, let's bye.